Hey guys, momentaijankguy here, bringing you a new One Piece deck profile. So it's gonna be on Vegapunk. I was not going to make this at first, but it turned out to be a lot of fun. And I realized for One Piece, I like building grindy decks for some reason. Like I used to have a Rosinante deck built. I currently have a green purple Doffy built. It has no purple. It is just green. It's like family tribal, and it actually works pretty good. It stalls pretty well. Um, I have Lakers Croc built. It's a very starved deck. Um, I'll take Doffy's a big grindy too because you just spend on bodies. But yeah, for some reason I just like those kind of decks, I guess, in this game. The next deck I'm trying to do is making a Ivankov deck. So, but anyway, let's get started with this deck profile. So our leader is Vegapunk. So he cannot attack. He is a 2-life leader, and his skill is active main once per turn. You can pay 1. You can select one of your egghead characters that is a cost of 5 or less, and put it into your life face up or play it active onto the field. So it's a super nice card, really nice. He never suspends unless the opponent does it with a skill or something. But yeah, he's a 5k leader, and that's all he does. So he's pretty nice. This is a very going first deck that it likes to do. So let's get started. So essentially everything in the deck is a 1-drop because of the leader. So we're gonna leave him right over here. So the first card we're going to be playing is going to be 4 Liliths. Lilith is the searcher of the deck. She is a 3/5k body. On play, look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Reveal 1 egghead type card other than herself and add it to your hand, and bound like the rest. So it's a very nice card. This is like what you want a mulligan for, what you want to try to open up with. And the trigger is very nice too. If your leader is Vegapunk, you just play this card. I will go through like a small little combo detail later on. Next, we are going to be playing 4 of the Monkey D. Luffy. A lot of people already know what this card is because some of them do play it in an L. They do play it in the Black Yellow Luffy, and they are starting to play it in the, or they already played in the Yellow Blue Ace deck. So it's a very solid card, very good card. It does hit 1k counter. Lilith does not have counter. It's a 5/6k body, so essentially, like I said, it's a 1-drop. So active main, you may trash this character. If you have 2 or less life cards, heal up to one of your opponent's characters at a cost of 4 or less, and then draw a card. So just a very nice card. And the trigger effect is the same thing. You KO one of the opponent's characters at a cost of 4 or less, but you don't get a draw. But it's still, excuse me, it's still very nice because you can choose when you want to do it. Next, we are playing another card. It's going to be 4 of the Frankie. Every character on this deck is egghead except for 2 of them, I believe. This Frankie card is just, he's nuts. He's an insane card. He is one of the 2k counters in the deck. It's a 4/5. The trigger is you draw a card regardless of whatever life he is. But if you have 1 or less life cards after that, you can play him for free. So essentially, you still get a card in your hand when they hit it in life, or if you stack it in life, and you get a body. So very nice. Move those to the side so the stack doesn't get too crazy. Next, we're going to get into my favorite card for this deck. It's going to be Atlas. Atlas is a very cool card. She is a 5/6, 1k counter. So she has the skill. If you have less life cards than your opponent, this card cannot be KO'd in battle. So if you have less life cards, you usually do. But sometimes if you just start defending stuff, your life does actually get pretty big. I've had a game where I've had 6 life, and it's just it gets pretty crazy. So yeah, so it's a 5/6. Plays yourself for free. Vegapunk is your leader. And yeah, if they try to run it over, they can if you have less life because it's just there. So it's just you touch 1 down, 7/7/7. It's a very nice card. Next, we are playing 4 blockers, which is going to be Shaka. He is another 6k body. He is a 5/6 blocker. Same requirement. If your leader is Vegapunk, you play this card, and I forgot to say that. Same with Atlas. Atlas is, if your leader card is Vegapunk, you play this card. So it's just a very good. I believe like 98% of the deck has trigger. So usually you will hit a trigger in life majority of the time. Yeah, just a 1k counter and a 5/6 blocker is super nice. Next, we are playing 4 Pythagoras. Hopefully I said that correct. So he is also a 5/6, 1k body. So he has an on KO skill. on KO, if you have 2 or less life cards, you can play up to 1 egghead type character with a cost of 4 or less from your trash rested. So he is a floater when you have low life. So this can die. You can play out a Frankie. You can play a Lilith to add a card. Look at top 5, add a card to your hand. Very nice. And same trigger effect. If your leader is Vegapunk, you play this card. Next, we are going to be going to for Edison. Edison's pretty cool. He is a cycler. He's essentially like the structure deck Mihawk, or he's Kaya. So on play, if you have 2 or less life cards, you can draw 2 cards and trash 2 cards. He fixes your hand. He fixes your trash. So it's he is a very, very solid card, and he is also a 2K counter. Next, we're going to go into my favorite card because I like drawing cards. It's going to be for Nico Robin. Nico Robin is just, if your leader has the egghead type, you draw 2 cards. So it's just a very good card. And just drawing 2 cards is always nice. Next, we are playing, I'm only playing 2, and it seems to come up a lot because you can abuse it even if you see it early on, because you can just shove it in your life when you need to. So Zoro is essentially, it's not a beige, but it's like this deck's version of a beige, essentially. Or better yet, it's a body leader. So if your leader has egghead, obviously it does, we're playing Vegapunk. Rest up to 1 of your opponent's leader or character cards. So it's a very, very nice card. You can rest their leader, you can rest any of their bodies, it doesn't matter what the cost is or power is, you can just rest it, so it's very, very nice. But we're only playing 2 of it because any more than it's just too clunky. It's more of like utility. It's just also a 1K counter. And then for the last egghead character cards, we were playing for Usopp. We're only playing this because we sort of have to. It's 2K counter, and then the trigger effect is not bad either. Up to 1 of your egghead type leader or character gains plus 2,000 power until the end of your next turn. So let's say you have a body out, doesn't matter what it is. You have a body out and they hit this in life and you want to choose to activate it. Zoro becomes 8K until the end of your next turn. So after the opponent passes turn, during your entire turn, he is still 8K because of how it is worded. Until the end of your next turn. So it's like you attach 2 dots, he's 10K. So it's very, very nice. And he's also, like I said, he's a 2K counter. That's mainly why he's there. However, anything here, you can stack it in life as Vegapunk. So then we are playing 3 categories. 3 categories is really, it's just a solid, it's a good card in this deck. Because on your 9 down turn, if you're going first, you can do his skill, play a body, pay 8, put that body in life. Or you can do his skill, if you're at 1 life or something, it doesn't matter how much life you're at. You can you can shove it in your life for 2, and if you already have a body on the field, you can play cat and just put another body into your life just to stall the game even more. So very good card. And also it's good for getting rid of like kids and stuff for the opponent. And then we are playing for Yamato. Yamato is just a fantastic card. Since you are able to like manipulate your life, you can KO stuff that does have higher cost, which does happen more often than you would think. And obviously, if you have 1 life or less, you recover 1. And then, if anybody who doesn't know Yamato, like I said about the KO thing, I didn't explain properly. I do apologize for that. If you on play, you basically rack up both players' life totals. Let's say I'm at 1 life and the opponent's at 4 life. You can KO something that's 5 or less. And then if you have 1 life or left, you can recover 1. So very nice card. This is the only buy-in I'm playing. I haven't seen some builds, and by some builds I mean like very few, because I have not seen that many Vegapunk Deck Profiles like on here, because a lot of people don't want to mess with this deck right now, which I think it's like it's a sleeper deck, but a very big sleeper deck. Is right now it's pretty mid. I see a lot of builds play Ace, and Ace is a fantastic card, don't get me wrong. But sometimes there are moments where like you just want to keep shoving your life higher and higher and higher. That way you can get more bodies out. Sort of like Doflamingo, where you just get a 4K body, but in this instance they're all 5K. They're all 5 cost bodies, and so I feel like it's okay, but I don't think you need it in this deck. Then we are playing 3 events. This is essentially just another character. The counter rarely comes up. It's just if you have 2 or less life cards You can give one of your later characters plus 3,000 power during this battle, so it's an okay card. It's essentially 2 cards in 1K. It's like a 2 and a 1K. But the trigger is a really good part. Play up to one of your egghead type character cards, which costs a 5 or less from your trash. So it's just very, very nice. You put it in life, they hit it, you play out a body. And it's what's nice too, that it's not even rested, it's an active. So it's a 1-drop. Then we are playing 1. I was playing 4 of this, but then it started becoming a little too bricky. And the 1 of it has been great. We're playing 1. He possesses the world's most brilliant mind. This is also another searcher. This searches for any egg. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Reveal up to 1 egghead type card other than this card, and then you bottom deck the rest. So what's really nice what you can do is that you can filter a lot. It's like, let's say you play this, you hit the Lilith, you can pay 1, play Lilith, search even more. So it's very, very nice. And the trigger is just draw 1 card. And then we are playing 1 of the stage. The stage is nice because once it's on the field, it's on the field. It's not going away. So end of turn. If you have 3 or less left cards, you can set up to one of your egghead type characters, which is everybody. That's a 5 cost or less, active. And so what's nice about that is like, because like usually you don't want to swing with like your blockers and stuff, but if you have the stage out, you can like swing 6, swing 7, end of turn, just unsuspend so they can't swing it, and then you have a life blocker. It's very, very nice. So a reason why this deck wants to go first is because like second works, but the curve is better for going first. Because you're like guaranteed this skill basically every time you go first. So let's say you're going first. The first thing you want to do is play a body. Usually play a body, and then on the next turn, because since they can't swing at you and they basically can't remove a 5-6k body on like their first turn, on the next turn you can be like, okay, next I'm going to where is it at? You're gonna put so let's say that's your life. I want to put this in there because I want to draw 2 cards to get more cards, or you can put say you have a Lilith or anything else just to establish a body on the board. So that way you're at 3 life, and then when they hit you, you still go down to 2. Then on the previous turn, you go down to 3, and drawing 2 cards, which means you can just stop a lot more attacks too, which is nice. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile. The deck is a lot of fun. It is a very different deck to play compared to like other decks that I've played. But I hope you guys try it out. The deck is also relatively cheap. You don't need categories. I always have categories because I've had it since I had category the deck. Sorry, and Yamamo's are pretty cheap. But at the end, you can go like full egghead, and the deck would still essentially function the same. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll see you guys next time.